TK watch in December of 2022 and promoted my first MD in January 2023, 100K ring in July 2023, SMD promotion in April 2024, green jacket July 2024, and also 250K ring December 2024. That's just it is about myself. Okay, so let's go on. In order to really get ourselves together in terms of what we need to do, I ask questions from my clients, and you can as well do this because when you sell kind of proposition to them, it makes them really think about the question, introspect about what they are up to. I ask, will your children and grandchildren have a brighter future because of the choices you make today, or will they inherit the same struggles you faced? Many of our clients, many of us, even ourselves, we need to ask ourselves this question because some of us will live paycheck to paycheck. We don't think about retirement. We don't think about our children. We don't think about our grandchildren. We are in the years of artificial intelligence. And what do you want to leave behind? Is it a brighter future? It is the choice that we make today that will determine what happens to us tomorrow. So if we want to really look at this, then financial education is what is the solution. So we need to look at the financial education, and that is the essence. That is one of our core missions about this in this business, World System Builder as a company. That is what we've been taught. All right, so let's go on. Moving forward, if you are blessed with long life, will you have the financial freedom to enjoy it, or will you spend your later years just trying to get by? Many might feel, oh, probably you're going to die young. What if you feel you're going to die young, like probably your parents, and you are blessed with long life? Are you going to have enough financial means to enjoy it? Or you're going to spend your later years just trying to get by? We need to consider our retirement and lifetime income. That is the solution to it. So right from today, we should start thinking about our retirement. Many feel, oh, retirement is still in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Man, let's get serious. Our retirement is just by the tap of our fingers. Let's get things serious and let's put good strategy in place, and so that we can enjoy our later years. So moving forward, when you pass away, when I pass away, I want to be probably remembered for good things. So when you pass away, what legacy will you leave behind? Will you be remembered for the security and love you provided, or the burden, or the burdens you left unresolved? I want to grow old. I want to pass away at a very old age, and I still have my grandchildren. My children will know what I've done, but probably my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, they're going to remember one day and say, oh, God bless great-grandpapa Dio. We never met him, probably, or we never know him well, probably. If they do, oh, he was a great man. He left all this for us. And that is what we should be proud of. Not to leave unresolved burden for them to cater for. So what is the solution? Our financial education is also the solution. Moving forward, if you suddenly lose your job today, or you can no longer work, how would you put food on the table, keep lights on, and keep your family safe? You know what? Having an emergency fund, having strategies, income fund, having all this extra income from what you save When you save first before spending, that is when you have good strategy in place. So when you lose job, before you feel the impact, probably you would have gotten another job based on what you have kept. Well, remember, emergency fund, 3 to 6 months income be kept as part of our emergency fund. But if you are part of this system, you are part of WFG, WSB, you're going to have more than 3 to 6 times because we have unlimited income potentials in this organization because of the way it is being structured. Follow the system, and you will have even more than what we call emergency fund. I do fondly tell my colleagues, my sideline, my office colleagues there that, see, my downlines are my emergency fund because the money comes in emergency without me even asking for it. I see it and it touches me as if it's an emergency money because when I see it, it's more than regular income. So guys, that is what we need. Having emergency fund is the solution. Now, how will you break free from the chains of debts so you can finally build real wealth and create the life you've always dreamed of? It's about reclaiming freedom, peace of mind, and control over your future. You know, when you put a proper strategy in place and you accumulate funds with consistent discipline, focus, dedication over a long period of time, it's going to build real wealth for you and create the life you always dream of. We all have dreams, but can we stand the discipline to make things real happen? We need to have proper financial education when we can reclaim our freedom. That's when we can have the peace of mind. And that's when we can take control over our future. Moving forward, if you were to be gone tomorrow, how would your family survive? Will they struggle financially to pay the bills? Or will they be protected by the love and security you left behind? Gentlemen and ladies on this call tonight, in the course of doing this business and providing financial solution, insurance solution, legacy, investment for people, I've encountered a lot of people. One once told me that, oh no, I don't have to do anything for my family. I've brought them to America. Then the government will take care of them. It's a very funny situation. But then, what about the homeless on the road? What about the people that government takes care of, and even the budget of the taxpayers? What comes from taxpayers is not even enough. The budget of the government for them is not even enough to take care of them. So you also want to go and join them when you have the opportunity, the ample opportunity to put certain strategies in place so that you can leave them well secured. The security that you can leave behind is the assets, is the contribution that you have done over a long period of time. It's never too late. Life insurance is not, we should not have it as an alternative to GoFundMe. We should put a strategy in place. Come to think of it, when you invest in life insurance, when you qualify for it, what you get is more, in millions fold, more than what you put in. So what are you waiting for? Why don't we campaign and let other people understand this? It is something, it is a mission for us to really accomplish. Now, I'll end with this. The people you surround yourself with, they are the people that determines what you do. And look at the word of Bill Gates. He says, surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. not with mediocres, not with naysayers, not with procrastinators. You need to take ownership and surround yourself with people who will challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. What about Steve Harvey? What did he say? He said, if you don't separate yourself from distractions, your distraction will separate you from your goals. Are we ready to separate ourselves away from distractions? Or we want to allow distractions to separate you from your goals? Do we want to major in minor or want to minor in major? The choice is ours today. And I implore all of us on this call, with the leadership of Swan Wing, what he has done, what he's doing for all of us, we need to really make sure that we make it count in our lives so that our generations yet unborn can be proud of us, that this man was passed through this path. And that is why we are enjoying this legacy that we have today. Thank you, everyone, and see you all at the top.
Great job, Mr. Dio. I'm sorry about my audio a while ago. You know, Mr. Dio is from Canada. He's one of the great trainers there. Now we would like to call our next trainer. He is the tallest and the most handsome trainer. None other than our EVC from Atlanta Financial Center, Mr. Kevin Tu.
All right. Karen, I don't need to be taller, but I just need to be better. I accept the one that you say the best looking. Okay. I am. So anyway, thank you for your great introduction. Let me share with you a little bit about my background before we get started. So I came from a very humble background. I want to show you a picture of me. I guess that somebody have to turn off the camera. I mean, turn off the light. Okay, can you guys see this? All right, this is my picture when I first came to America. The middle one, not the one next to, this is my dad. He was 50. So this is me right here. I was a FOB. It stands for Fine Oriental Boy. You know, came to America with a good looking, okay? So came to America with a lot of hopes and dreams, looking forward to change my life. You know, literally that I find out because that we work at a job, I was got paid at $4.25 an hour. I got beat up so bad and I forgot about what I'm here for. You know, and of course, you came, you speak no English. Just like this guy right here. So the only thing that I know what to say is yes, yes, yes. So I remember one day that I go to work. So I was talking a lot. One of the lady worked with me. She asked me, "Are you gay?" And I said, "Yes." And then my auntie turned around and said, "Are you?" She said, "You are like this." I said, "No, no, no." Okay. So it tell you how much I speak English, right? But you know, because America is a free country, you're free of dreaming and free of spending. Nobody stop you. You do whatever you like. Next thing I find out, you know what? I owe a lot of money. My lifestyle was so big, but my salary was so small. So I end up owe about $50,000 credit card debt, and I'm looking forward to become free. Freedom of choice. That's why I decided to join the company. I joined back then when I was 23 years old. I ran into one of my classmates and I joined the company. She told me, "You want to follow me to go to work?" I say, "Sure." I was single. And when I get there, you know, literally that I find out, okay, I be a member of the company because I want a change. I was looking for to do something with a discipline because with no English, right? So you have to take a test. So never give up. You don't give up yourself. And finally, I passed my test. Took me 19 times to try to pass my exam. So finally, I passed my license, you know, become fully licensed. Remember, at that time, they take 3 different licenses for you to sell a product. Life, Series 6 and 63. And I even take 26 at the same time because I couldn't pass the other 2. So I have no more tests to take. I have to take the 26. 26 is to become branch office manager. When you became MD, you need to have 26 at that time. So I passed my 26, not by choice, but because I have no test to take, right? So, but finally, after 3 years in business, 3.5 years, we pay off our debt, pay off all the credit card debts, become debt free. And then, you know what? Fast forward, this is a picture. They recognized me in 2021. I make $500,000 with WFG. $500,000. And then guess what happened? $500,000 is pretty good, right? But guess what happened? Following years, my income stayed $500,000 the same. So 548,000 following year. And then following another year for 2023, 528,000. That was my income year number 3. And year number 4 dropped down a little bit. And today my income as of today is still $500,000. So been $500,000 for 5 years straight. Every single year, some people say, I got stuck. I was frustrated. Looking for another way, breakthrough. Some people say, I would love to have your problem, $500,000 income a year. But you know what? Things can get better. So today, I want to share with you about Fast Start. My topic is talk about Fast Start. So why we need to fast start somebody. So a lot of time that people looking for, great income, looking for to change their life. So do I too. I'm looking for to do that too. But what we need to do when we recruit people coming in, sometimes we get discouraged. And I want to pull out this book called System Builder book and share with you guys on this one, okay? So this topic on the new book is page 260, page 260 for edition number 6. It talks about most people won't stay. If you are not sure whether you will stay or not, why expect people to stay? So quitting is one of the main characteristics of our business. Don't be surprised. In fact, I'd be surprised if you are surprised. When people go to college, they quit too, right? Most people think they have nothing to lose by quitting, but that they don't know. If they quit, they lose everything. Can you imagine that if you quit today, like Bio saying that if you quit too early, you kill a lot of people's dream. That's why I don't want to quit. And then, of course, when I don't quit, I'm not killing nobody's dream, but I also fulfill my dream, become financially independent like that too. So, but we have to change. You're looking at this. I want to share with you some of the challenge that we're facing right now. First of all, they talk about inside the System Builder book, talking about quitting within the first 72 hours. When you recruit a new person coming in, within the first 3 days, a new recruit talk to 10 to 20 people or 10 to 20 of their friend or relative. Guess what they're going to hear? Every negative criticism in this world, most cannot survive in the first round of the attack. Today, people don't talk to 20 people. They talk to 2. You know who they are? Google and ChatGPT. That's what they're talking to. And when I pull up, they see, network marketing, they see multi-level, they see all kind of stuff. And then, you know what? They make the decision to quit. Even though our company pay out $1.4 billion a year in commission, WSP pays $700 million commission. And you see that we have several people in this office right here make $500,000. And when you walk outside to our training, our Mozone floor, you see Nita on the wall. She have 20 to 30 people in this building, make 6-figure income and above. So, but people don't see that. They're coming in, they still quit. And then the second group of people quitting with the first 30 days, that people are a little stronger than the first group. They do sharing list, BPM, invite, and people say no and jack them around. They got stood up. They might recruit 1 or 2, but unfortunately, the recruit quit, they quit too. So we talk about 3 join and 4 die. Because they depressed, they quit. Can you imagine that some people take a test 1 time, they fail, they quit too. They think that, oh, you know what, this is not for me. What about me? I took 19 times. How bad do you want to change? You're going to find somebody like this, like me, want to change. And I'm sure they have millions of people out there looking for change. Don't get depressed. It's 1 person quit. Matter of fact, I want to share with you this. People quit the business because they weak. Nothing you can do if you see people weak, right? What about quitting within the first year? A handful stay. They recruit some people. They get licensed, begin to go out of the field. They make a few sales once in a while, go to meeting, convention occasionally. They like the business, but find out too tough. Many don't buy from them. Their team not committed. Their spouse don't give them support. Literally, will kill them too. But ladies and gentlemen, you're also looking at this. That's why the first person you need to convince and you need to sit down is your spouse. You sleeping with the enemy or you're sleeping with the angel every day, right? I want to share with you guys a little bit a joke. Let me ask you guys, do you know what's the difference between a complete and finish? Complete, if you're married to the right one. Finished, you're married to the wrong one. Okay? So you married to the worst one, you're completely finished. So that's why the first thing first, when you recruit somebody, you have to meet with them. And today I want to share with you, when you recruit somebody coming in, what you need to do. And we have everything in this toolbox right here. I even have my name, see it too, say for display only. So don't take my box. This is mine. So the toolbox, that come with a lot of stuff. Why we need to have these people join. And a lot of people, I know I found out some of the team members here. I don't know anywhere else, but here I find out some of them sign somebody up, just pay only $125. You make a mistake if you want to sign them up with $125. So when we sign somebody up, we have to sign somebody up with $282 for state of Georgia, because besides paying for the AMA paying for it for associate membership agreement, because they like the business. They heard like music in their ear. They just willing to pay $125, but they not really in. Almost like they sign up for whatever, the dating side or something like that, but are they going to the date? That's another different, right? So $125, and then they have the toolbox, and they have a trainer guidebook, and I will go over with them. And then pay for pre-licensing and examination fee. All of this one you have to collect things right away. Why? Because they have more skin in the game. If they don't pay anything, they can quit easily. $125, they can walk away just like that. But why in the world do we have to give them a toolbox? If you don't give them a toolbox to read, they go home, they talk to their spouse. Their spouse was asking them, what? Oh, I just saw the credit card. Like my wife always see me. When I spend on something on a credit card, my wife already, I said, do you know what I bought today? She told me, did you go to Publix? See, I already know. I said, how you know? Because he track on whatever I use on a credit card, right? Just in case for fraud, right? I said, I did, right? So I cannot tell my wife that I don't spend on this one. Just like somebody else, they join, they pay $125. The wife gonna ask, what are you joining? Right? What are you paying for? Right? You have to be able to explain. So having this box right here, they can go home, they can read something instead of read chat GPT. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So one of them that you have, this one, I love coach, have a system, create this book, the trainer manual book, and even tell you when you see the new team member for the very first day after they join, what do you have to do? You give them the box. You're not giving them the box. You're selling them a box. Some people say, oh, you know what, only $50, he's my best friend, I can pay for him. Let me tell you, please don't pay for them. Let them pay for themselves. Why? Because if you give it to somebody, when you recruit that person, they don't have might not have the money to give it to their friend. You're not duplicating a person. So that's why everybody coming in join have to pay for themselves. And matter of fact, if they pay for themselves, they will read it. If they don't pay, they put it in the trunk of the car without reading it, right? So you set up appointment, use the Easy Start Kit. Tell them, please read The Moment of Truth, which is this book right here. So facing the challenge, and have them overview our business. Also, read the Saving Your Future book, which is this one, to understand the mission of our platform and say that I will be at your house at 7 tonight. Let's say you recruit somebody today. At night, you go see them right away. A lot of time that we have sale appointment at night, we don't want to go see them. I see you next week. Guess what happened? In next week, a lot of things can happen to that individual. Just like when you have a new recruit coming in, it's exactly like you have a newborn baby. Let me ask you a question right here. How many of you here have kids? Or have children before? Okay, so when you have kids, when your baby coming out, when do you need to take care of them? Is that right away? Give them a blanket, right? Or clean them up, or, hit the butt so they can make sure they're okay, right? So, but can you imagine when you recruit a new person, you're coming in, you don't do none of that, you leave them alone so for 1 weekend, what happens to your baby? Die out of business right away, right? So you have to immediately meet with them to talk to them. But when you meet with them, what do you have to do? Inside this book right here, even show you, give a short presentation to the spouse. Recruit the spouse or help the spouse to understand the business. Do you guys see what I'm saying right here? Explain the system flow. They even tell you step by step, so you cannot mistake. If you don't know where to find this, get one of the toolbox and open up and read it so you can understand. So that's when we sit down with the individual and we go over with them on certain thing right here. So this one you can print out, or we have it in here, this book right here too. But I want to show it to you guys. When you first started, and I find out over the weekend with Coach Cole talking about that, when you sit down with somebody, there's 2 things you can do in one day, which is give them this startup kit. Don't just give it to them. Work with them, point out things in the book with them. Almost like you have a brochure, you have to show them, not just give it to them. Oh, read this thing. They're not going to read it. That's why you have to read it first to show it to them. So startup kit and get licensing. Licensing. Right away. Pre-licensing right away. Not 2 steps, 1 step. This one, you have to set up cash goal. How much money you want to make. That's a second step. So inside this book right here, talk about in the first 30 days, what is your cash flow goal? How much you gonna make? The reason why we meet with their spouse right here, and I tell you, is to clear up a lot of stuff. Can you imagine that if the spouse all suddenly, let's say, I'm a good-looking man. Let's say if I recruit somebody that opposite gender with me, and then they marry, can you imagine the wife always go to work and come home cooking right away, all suddenly meet this guy and excited about the business, join the business, and next thing they find out their wife changed and looking good and smelling good and leave the house and don't cook for the husband and then come home very happy? Guess what happened? Who in the world, the spouse will let the wife or the husband go out and do business and know nothing about your spouse doing outside? I remember this is a real case. One day that I recruit this young lady, her name is Joanne, So when she first joined the company, she is a daughter-in-law of my client. So my client tell me to recruit her to do something. And when I recruit her coming into the business, guess what happened? She was so excited. She wanted to do the business and stuff like that. Her mother-in-law introduced her. Next thing I find out, she told me, oh, you know what? All suddenly, I'm very busy. I said, how come she told me she have a lot of time? She don't have a job. And today she's very busy. So I told my wife right away, I say, Christina, I say, let's go to Joanne's house to meet her and her husband. I know what's up already. So when I get there, I explain the business. I have a chance to meet her husband. And then I explain the business and I introduce my wife to them. I said, this is my wife in the business together. We talking to this lady and he excited. He said, you know what? I didn't stop my wife. I want her to do the business. You know what the wife turned around told me and her and my wife? That's not what you said last night. And I know what's up. And the husband said, no, I did not stop you. But do you know that a lot of time you have to defuse a bomb before it explodes? So during that time, we build the relationship. We share about the goal and we share about the background. We're both Vietnamese and they are Vietnamese. We came from the same country. We have some similar background. And then they feel related. We want to change our life. We share with them and they share with us their dream. That's how we're beginning to build a person. Can you imagine you recruit somebody that you have no clue who they are? Sometimes we recruit people from our team member. Our team member take us out to do appointment. We recruit somebody. You barely know that person because you barely know your new team member because sometimes your team member coming in and join, excited, want to recruit her friend. You don't know this one and you don't know the second one. How can you build somebody if you don't know them? So the first step, the first 3 steps is to sit down and find out and spend some time with them. When you have an opportunity, now do the wife or the husband support to join? If they can, will be better. But if they're not joining, it's still okay. At least the spouse know what my wife or my husband doing out there. So that's why they give support. Because of that, we be able to get the sharing list. Because 2 persons understanding about the business, when they understanding about the business, they give a names. You know, majority of my organization, half of my organization, do you know today, it came from who? Came from my wife. I remember when my wife first joined, and then she excited, she take me go see somebody that at her workplace, a dental place, and that guy, she told me, oh, he want to buy. Can you sell it to him? Guess what happened? I went in, I recruit him. My wife got mad at me, say, why the easy sale you don't take and you want to recruit, right? I said, if I recruit this guy, I will have the sale. Guess what happened? I beginning to dig deep. From that guy, I spent out with Alabama office, and I spent out with Pensacola office. I spent out with Mississippi office. It came out from there, and today I have another Alabama office. It's to my sister-in-law, which is still coming from my wife. So all of this one, and later on when I became SMD, the replacement legs is coming from my wife too. So the spouse is the one that most important. That's why today all the money I have to give it to my wife. If you ask me how much I make, ask my wife, she know better. Right? So the spouse is the most important one. That's why you have to. And some people say, oh, my spouse don't support me. You have to know because your spouse don't support you, have everything to do with you. What it have to do with you? Because you don't bring money home. No money, no honey. They can go so long, don't make money. That's why your spouse needs to know you in this business so they can support you. Today, the reason why Osman, who he is today, I think a lot to do with Isha. And I got to give my sister credit because of that, even though Osman out of state right now traveling, but I can tell you that. So Isha is the one who gung-ho work on everything, right? So from that, you can get them GX, you can work with them to get a PFS. You know what, the PFS, there's a lot of time we sit down with our team, we don't do PFS. Let me ask you a question. If you want to help people to get to where they want to be from where they are, do you need to know what is their situation? Sometimes we think that, oh, I sit down with you, do a PFS, that means I will close a sale on you. No, not necessary. But if you need to buy it. You need to buy from your upline because that's a training process. When I train somebody, they need to know what I need to do out there. PFS is very powerful. That's why you have to join on share. And you can buy from the person who introduced you in the business. And then you take them out of the field to train them, holding their hand, and work with them from somebody don't know anything. That's a lot of work. And eventually, you get somebody like Kevin too. Or you get somebody like me that allow. You got somebody like you guys are very powerful people. You know, because due to field training. And then after that, you work with them to get them to meeting and workshop. So it's a process that you have to work with them. Can you imagine in that 7 day or within 10 days or maximum 2 weeks, you meet these people 7, 8, or 10 times. Let me tell you this, even though that person completely stranger to you, join you in the business, if you meet with them about 7 to 8 times during the short period of time, they became your best friend. You know about that person. That's building beginning. Who will do that? If you are SMD, you the trainer, you will be the one who tap in to do that. Don't just let the new guy, a lot of time we make mistake. We recruit somebody, the new guy, and we tell the new guy, go take care of your friend. And some of the trainers, funny too, they said, okay, let's do sharing list. Give me 25 names. And no wonder you don't have any name coming out because you don't work with them. All right? So my time is up. Well, Karen, back to you. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Kevin too from Atlanta Financial Center.
Thank you so much, Sir Kevin. That's a powerful training. You know, we just came from that GX retreat and we learned a lot about that fast start. So we just have to implement what we learned, right? So we can fast start our teammates, our new teammates properly, and we can build this business bigger than before. So thank you so much, Mr. Kevin and Mr. Dio, and have a good night, everyone. Let's get our GX. Thank you, everyone. Let's keep campaigning out there. Superland, GoPro, the Camping City. Bye, Carolyn. Thank you. Happy Wilson. GoPro.
Record.